Good afternoon. We have a couple of stories from RT today involving a statement that was made, and I wanted to go over that with you, and then I wanted to kind of finish up with my thoughts on it. So first off, you see the article. Both these articles, by the way, will be linked below. You see the first one in front of you, the article. It's titled Nuclear 5 Issues Statement on Atomic War and Arms Race. Okay? And this is what it has to say. China, France, Russia, the UK, and the US have released a joint statement affirming their opposition to using their nuclear arsenals for offensive purposes. They also promised to work together on nuclear disarmament. We affirm that a nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought, read the statement released on Monday. As nuclear use would have far-reaching consequences, we also affirm that nuclear weapons, for as long as they continue to exist, should serve defensive purposes, deter aggression, and prevent war. Now, that's not anything new. We've been hearing that all along. That deterrence is what they've always said it was for. The 5 signatories said they will continue to abide by their bilateral and multilateral non-proliferation, disarmament, and arms control agreements and commitments, and claim that none of their nukes are targeted at each other or at any other state. The 5 nuclear nations, known as the P5, are not the only countries in the world with atomic weapons. India and Pakistan both possess them, and Israel is widely believed to have a nuclear arsenal. North Korea has also tested several nuclear devices. Monday's statement comes at a time when relations between some of the P5 are at a historic low point. Russia and the U.S. have long squabbled over the placement of American nukes in Europe, and with lawmakers in Washington recently accusing Moscow of planning an invasion of Ukraine, a claim rejected by Kremlin. Some in Congress have even called for nuclear war should that invasion take place. Ahead of the negotiations between NATO and Moscow, the U.S. has not said it would remove its nukes from European soil, ratcheting up the tension. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has suggested his country could host Russian missiles in response. Further afield, U.S. officials have claimed that China is dramatically increasing its stockpile of nuclear arms. While pointing to Washington's disregard of facts, Beijing said it has a no first-use policy, adding that no country will be threatened by China's nuclear weapons. At the same time, last year, the U.S., the UK, and Australia brokered a pact called AUKUS, aimed at arming the latter with nuclear-powered yet conventionally armed submarines. As a result, Australia unilaterally canceled its multi-billion-dollar diesel-electric submarine contract with France, which Paris said was a stab in the back. So that is that complete article, and if you click the link to the article, you can read the exact statement there as well. So the second article that I want to talk about is a response from Russia. And as you see it titled, it'll be linked below, Russia comments on nuclear war statement. And this here says a joint statement by China, France, Russia, the UK, and the US on the unacceptability of nuclear weapon use is an important milestone which comes amid an extremely tense international security situation, Moscow has said. The statement was issued by the group of nuclear-armed countries on Monday. The signees said they affirm that a nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought, stressing that nuclear armament should serve defensive purposes, deter aggression, and prevent war rather than be used to start it. The declaration was praised by Russia's foreign ministry, which said the statement on nuclear weaponry and the arms race was an important development for international security. I'm adding words there. Russia firmly believes that there can be no winners in a nuclear war, and there should never be unleashed. We have consistently promoted the idea of confirming this principle by all the 5 nuclear 5 nations, Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said in a statement. Moscow was the main driver behind the statement, Zakharova revealed. adding that it was originally designed to be unveiled during the 10th Conference on Non-Proliferation. The meeting was set to kick off in New York on Tuesday, but it has been postponed over the coronavirus situation in the United States. The rare demonstration of unity shown by the nuclear powers is very important amid the deteriorating international security situation, Zakharova noted, expressing hopes that the statement will contribute to global stability. We hope that in the current complicated international security environment, that approval of such a political statement by the leaders of the nuclear powers will help to reduce the level of international tension and curb the arms race, she said. I'm just going to be real honest with you. Don't breathe a sigh of relief because of this statement. This statement actually causes me a little more reason for concern. It tells me that there are nations that absolutely believe that we are on the cusp. That should be noted. I do not believe that many nations want to use nuclear arms to start a war. I don't believe that anyone really wants to do that, and I don't believe that anybody would do that. What I do believe is that pretty much all of the governments involved think that it is an acceptable response to certain different events. So we'll see. I do think that there is a lot to come in this coming year, and I think we're going to see moves be made by nations, whether it be Russia, whether it be China, whether it be Israel. I think we're going to see moves made by nations, and where it leads is anybody's guess. My concern is that this statement was put out there kind of in anticipation of something kicking off, and just maybe trying to shore up that it isn't going to go to that level. I don't believe that there is enough people with the right intentions in charge to be able to prevent that. So anyway, I just wanted to put out a video and speak to this a little bit. I'm certainly not really, breathing a sigh of relief. I would recommend you not as well. And in my opinion, this is a heads up. Shalom.